So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Killing Games 2012, starring Vanessa, Avik, Barry J. Gillis, Ken Sønderholm, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Nick Zedd. It's going to be another Canucksploitation type flick from the master of Canadian B movies, Barry J. Gillis. He had a hand in a lot of different stuff: the production, the directing, editing, casting, special effects, music, and Andrew Jordan from Things was listed on as one of the co-producers in the rolling credits. He was also one of the producers of Things, I guess. And of course, there's Wicked World. There's a lot of cross-marketing in this. For instance, the Birdman is holding a magazine of Things. It looks like Cinema Sewer magazine, but it says Things on the cover. Anyways, there's also another scene where Birdman's nephew is watching Wicked World on the tube, and Birdman and his, I guess, adopted daughter are disgusted by the film. That was kind of cool. And then there's Nick Zedd Police State at the end. I break this movie into three parts: the beginning, which lasts about 10 minutes. And then most of the rest of the film is filler. And then the last 15 minutes or so would be the ending. Kind of cool plot twist towards the end. I've been waiting a long time to see this. First, I complained that it wasn't being shown on the big screen. Then Barry J. Gillis tried and failed to get it shown at the Edmonton Film Festival. They said it was too violent, so they tried to hype it up, say, make it into a free publicity stunt kind of thing. Then Calgary Film Festival, Bruce Fletcher got a hold of it. It was shown on the big screen there. Then it had its big screen debut in San Francisco around December 2012, right before Christmas, I guess. And I decided I wasn't going because there were too many changes of plans, and it was too damn cold. There was a big storm that night. I didn't want to be waiting outside in the middle of that. So I chickened out and waited to see it on YouTube for $3.99. Vanessa Avik's left breast was worth the entire $3.99. That 5-second scene where her boyfriend is fondling her breast, and you can see her gigantic black nipple. Kind of reminds me of my first wife. Anyway, don't mean to be respectful to Vanessa Avik. I had a crush on her when I first saw her in that Birdman trailer house type thing. Just sitting around and smoking a cigarette during the production. And so I was sorry to hear that she passed away. Anyways, getting back to the movie, starts out with, Dismemberment Horse is super hot, fine casting decision blondie, double D cup size. She wasn't that attractive to me. I thought Vanessa Avik was a reason to watch but I'm kind of prejudiced when it comes to white women versus indigenous person. So I'm glad Barry J. Gillis casted had kind of a melting pot there of actors, as it were, in Canada. It's got some kind of lamestream kind of commercial rap in the soundtrack. So kind of reminded me about Trailer Park Boys after that first scene. But anyways, so the blondie's getting naked with a boyfriend. They're making out in the park. Birdman's adopted daughter and her friend are trying to record. They're like peeping toms. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes Son of Satan and Dirty Jesus. Two of the reviewers really liked Dirty Jesus. They said he was a good actor. I tend to agree with that. Dismemberment horror thought Son of Satan was overacting, but I enjoyed Son of Satan hamming it up for the camera. There's also some dude in the is it Born to Kill Motorhead kind of. He's got the $ necklace, and he keeps going. That dude was pretty funny too. So definitely unusual cast of characters. There's the tribal minister, I guess, who's into Jesus worship, but he's got the traditional folk songs going. He's like a indigenous person, Woody Guthrie type dude, with long hair, and he likes to strum on his acoustic guitar. There aren't any really good people in this except for Vanessa, but anyways. So getting back to the first scene, Son of Satan and Dirty Jesus are chasing after Birdman's adopted daughter. One of them's raping her friend. There are a lot of rape scenes in this movie. And then all of a sudden she comes running and screaming. Birdman's worried because she's missing. I guess she runs all the way to Birdman's house, which is out in the middle of nowhere. This trailer house that I've been talking about. And so Birdman freaks out. He's got a cool gun collection or rifle collection, whatever. So he's going to protect his daughter. Then Barry J. Gillis shows up. His car is stranded out in the middle of nowhere, and he has to be in Edmonton to do some kind of weatherman job. So they hear on the radio that the two guys are in custody. Birdman drops his guard, and meanwhile, they're all these. I guess the petty thief gang is out there, like trying to get money from this house. They shoot a guy and a prostitute, take money full of they take a suitcase full of money. So there's kind of a subplot going there, and the two kind of collide together towards the end. I don't want to spoil the ending, but cool flick. I enjoy all of Barry J. Gillis movies, mostly for the inane type dialogue. It was funny to see. It was funny to hear them say "for fuck's sake" and things like that. You know, Canadian type stuff. Thought I was watching One Pug Life or Trailer Park Boys. Anyways, I really have no complaints about this movie. Like I said, I enjoyed it from beginning to end, especially the Vanessa Avik, uh, 2 seconds of fame there. Too bad that she died. I feel sorry for her. But anyways, she's immortalized in film, which is good. Thanks to Mr. Barry J. Gillis. And so that was what I was looking for in this film. And he nailed it. He gave me exactly what I wanted. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Looking forward to see his next movie. I guess it's in post-production, whatever that means. I don't know why he has to give himself so much damn credit in the scrolling titles. I mean, to me, the director and the editor is the same person. You don't have to list it twice as if it's some kind of separate process. I think it's the same process, but I could be wrong. Unless we're talking about Caligula and Bob Guccione editing. But yeah, I can understand if you have two different people doing the editing and the directing. Like, for instance, in the case of Caligula. But for this film, it's the same guy. I don't understand why you have to list it twice. Anyway, I guess I'm being too nitpicky. But this is definitely more polished than some of his earlier stuff from the late 80s, early 90s. I guess it's been a couple decades since he's done a flick, so he's been working in the oil sands there in Calgary or Edmonton or somewhere. So I guess people really like things, or it became a cult hit. At one point, it was described as the worst movie of all time. I just watched Hip Hop Locos, and there's no movie on IMDb, not even a shitty Indian movie, that gets a lower rating than Hip Hop Locos from 2001. Gets a 1.4 rating on IMDb. Granted, there aren't that many reviewers on there, but kind of skews the rating. But still, some of the reviewers said it had to be one of the worst, if not the worst. At one point, was it the guy who did Beasties, Steve something? He said his movie was the worst of all time. I find that hard to believe too. So there's a lot of movies out there that say they're the worst of all time. Plan 9 from Outer Space, for instance, or Troll 2, Things, Beasties, Hip Hop Locos. This movie is more stylized, I think, because it's got the slow motion breaking glass theme. I'm not sure what that sledgehammer to the television was supposed to symbolize. I guess the destruction or the crazy anarchy type attitude of Son of Satan and Dirty Jesus. Son of Satan has this kind of mohawk thing going. He's always moving his head when he talks, like, I don't know, looks like Ray Charles or something. And then Dirty Jesus just kind of naturally looks like a psychopath. I mean, he doesn't even have to ham it up for the camera. He's pretty much already there with this kind of long hair, beard, and his flannel shirt. Yeah, you can pretty much figure out who the bad guy is just from looking at the trailer. But anyways, I just wanted to review this. Unfortunately, it wasn't free like Kung Fury, but then again, I didn't have to pay $20 for the DVD like I did for Wicked World. So it was worth $3.99, like I said, just for the Vanessa Avik scene. And great flick. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. It's on YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, Vimeo. I think it's on Vimeo. I'm not sure. But they're all about $3.99 unless you want to buy it. It's a little bit higher, $5.99. But if you want to rent it for 48 hours, it's cheaper. Save a couple bucks like I did. So that was pretty cool. I was glad to see that it was up on YouTube. I just found out recently after checking what's his name's review, OD666666. Yeah, that guy. The guy with the pumpkin mask. Anyway, I used to do the mask thing. Now I just do Google Hangouts with all the different costumes and stuff. So I'm going to check out the Breakfast of Aliens. And then I got Britannia Hospital and Bay of Blood. So I'll check out those three. And I got the day off. Arbitration fee dispute with my attorney, which didn't go very well as expected. That only took about a half an hour though, so I had time to go to Safeway. Wasn't sure if it was going to last all day, but I had a feeling that it wasn't going to last long, so I figured I'd watch Killing Games on my day off, paid time off day, and then check out the rest of my Netflix afterwards. So it's about 2 o'clock here. Still got time to finish up those 3 movies, I think, at least by the end of this week. So check out my reviews later, and check out this movie when you get a chance. Believe me, it's worth $3.99. Laters.